Welcome to Block of the Week for week number 6, and our block today is called Mexican Star. We do have a couple of different cuts today that I wanted to show you. The first one is on our 1 7/8 by 5 1/8 rectangles from dark. You're going to leave those stacked in groups of 2, wrong sides together. And then you'll take your ruler. Hopefully you have one that has a 45-degree line on it with a square. You're going to put that 45-degree line on the edge, and you will cut the corner off at a 45-degree angle. This is going to give you a left side and a right side. Okay, so we need to have both on this one. I'm going to deal with those here again in just a second. Then we have a piece here that is 1 7/8 by 8 3/8. This guy we need to fold in half lengthwise, like so. This time we'll take that 45-degree line and put it on the fold, not on the raw edge, and we're going to cut the corner off right here, and when we open it, it's going to give us this shape. One thing to remember when you're working on this block is that this is now on bias, and that's going to be the outside edge of your on your corners of your block, so handle that a little bit more carefully. Now we go back to these two. And if you're doing the class with us, you're going to get an email, or we'll have gotten an email to get you here, that I have a wrong diagram. And the diagram is showing you to sew it this way. That's not how we need to sew it. We need to sew it this way, so that we are getting a long line right here. So when we're getting ready to sew this, and we put it right sides together, you're going to extend past 1/4 inch here, and extend past 1/4 inch here, and same thing here, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. We'll be sewing and sewing, and I'm going to go ahead and do that part right now so you can see what that looks like sewn. Okay, now we'll go ahead and cut these apart, and we'll be pressing towards the background, and there we have long sides. Then we'll be taking our triangle that's cut from a 7 1/4 inch square, and we're cutting that with an X, and it will sew like this. And then we do have a 1 7/8 inch square that will go in the corner. So we will sew this to here, this, we'll have this attached, and then we'll sew that guy on. And we will end up with 2 units. Let me move these out of the way. One here, that will sew on either side of that rectangle with the point cut off. Then we have a center that has square in the center and our funny rectangles, and then we'll have another section here that I need to complete sewing, and I'll do that, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so I have the blocks sewn together, and I just want to point out a couple of things. When you are sewing these 2 triangles onto this piece, it will work best if you sew from this squared off corner down to the point, because as you're sewing, this actually needs to extend past 1/4 inch. Once you get done and you press the seam allowance in, it looks like everything matched up pretty well, but here you're sewing a 90-degree angle to a 90-degree angle, and it will match up better if you do it that way. Then you will be matching these points here, and you are pressing in towards these rectangles in all places. You will want to trim these little triangular pieces off, and then you'll want to go around and kind of clean up this outside edge and get rid of these little points. And then again, perfect world measurement is 12 1/2, and I'll see you next week.